All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm thinking it's probably about 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. Now, I want to say thank you so much, Pacola T, for greeting everyone more appropriately. Good Wednesday afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you happen to be. That is exactly it, because we've got folks from all around the globe, sometimes Thailand, sometimes Finland, most of the time United States, sometimes Scotland. But I happen to know right now a gentleman from Scotland named Terry. Well, he's got his own stream coming. He's got his own stream going. Wednesdays, we battle it out for the 4 p.m. West Coast time slot. Terry is always on 4 p.m., so I'm stepping on his toes this Wednesday, as I do every Wednesday. But I gotta do it, because the Daily Pigeon Live comes on at 6 p.m., and if I started at 5, I'd overlap with DPL, and we cannot have that happen. All right, you guys, why don't we get the party started, and then we'll say hello to everybody and everything. Boop. All right, I just love that black kitty face coming out from the darkness with his little green eyes. And speaking of kitties, I have a kitty update, but it's not any of the usual characters. We'll get to that in a little bit. But before we do that, I want to say hello to Rick. I want to say hello to Pacola T. I want to say hello to Darlene. I want to say hello to Gina. And Gina is hi there and sorry. I don't know why you're sorry, but I do that you're gimping along like a little hop-along, a hop-alonger, because you got yourself a busted, screwed-up ankle. Okay, it's not busted. It's just sprained. Let me tell you, Gina, just sprained kind of sucks, because I'll tell you right now, I broke my ankle. More than 10 years ago. And the surgeon who repaired my ankle put the plate and the 6 screws back in there on my leg. He told me, he said, yeah, your bone is going to heal up fine. And basically the bone is not going to be the problem. The problem that you're going to have with the rest of your life is the soft tissue injury. The tendons and the ligaments and everything that got all messed up when I broke my ankle. I won't get into the details of what happened when I broke my ankle, but there was definitely some soft tissue injury. So, my point in all of this doomsday naysaying awfulness is, dude, take your time healing. A sprained ankle seems like it's just a sprain. I'm sure you know this by now. After days upon ice, upon limping, upon doctors, upon, oh my God, what did I do? A sprain is nothing to like sneeze at. No, seriously, like take all the time in the world that you need to recover from that sprain. It's the soft tissue injuries that take the longest to heal. A surgeon even told me that. So if you feel like, oh, what is wrong with me? Why am I still? Why is it hurting? Why am I limping? Why do I need a cane? Why am I on a crutch? It is what it is. Oh, I was about to say, oh good, it's not your first sprain, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so, it's not exactly what I meant. I'm glad you know that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not glad it's your first not your first sprain. I'm not glad that you've had other sprains. It's like, I'm good. Then you're good. Little sprained ankle lady. Yeah, that's not what I meant. But at least you know you're not a newbie and you know to take the time that it's going to take to heal up from the situation at hand. At foot? You know. The situation afoot. How about that? There we go. The situation afoot. So I do hope you feel better, but do not rush it. Don't rush it. And there we go. So that's my little finger wagging of the day. And Gina, if you don't listen to me, I've got myself a wet spaghetti noodle that I might smack you upside the knuckles with a wet spaghetti noodle. Or, you don't do what we say, we're gonna give you the Prell treatment. That's right, the Prell treatment. Okay, now Prell isn't gonna help you heal, but it'll just remind you that you need to heal betters. And Darlene coming in, exactly. Take your time. When she sprained her ankle, doctor said same thing. Soft tissue just takes longer to heal. So now remember, these are just preemptive Prells. These are preemptive Prells, but we're not afraid to use them. We're not afraid to use the preemptive Prells. And I need to figure out how to make my more bigger stuffuses. Exactly, Rick. It's getting serious now. The Prell is out in the open. That's right. All right. So now that we've gotten the Prell out, we know it's a serious serious. And speaking of serious, you guys. Okay, so you know about Ashes, you know about Dusty, and we talk about Leo. But do you guys remember the fourth kitty that sometimes I talk about? Well, he was here today. That's right. I've got a fourth kitty that's totally not mine because, as you can see, he has a collar and a tag. This is Jimmy. Jimmy is a jerk. Jimmy was on my back porch this afternoon, and I thought I would take a picture of him through my dirty sliding glass window. And so, just so you guys know, whenever I talk about Jimmy and the jerk kitty that Jimmy is, this is Jimmy. Jimmy is probably over 10 years old now. He's been coming to my house for a long time. Probably like more than 10 years now that I think about it. I know his name is Jimmy because I've actually called the number on his tag that he's got. I've talked to his parents. He lives about 4 blocks away, and he used to be best friends with my other kitty named Big Poppy, but and Big Poppy and him used to fight all the time. But that was sort of their thing. They would fight because Big Poppy was a really big burly cat who liked to wrestle and fight, and Jimmy used to be a big burly cat who liked to wrestle and fight, and so Big Poppy got along with Jimmy just fine. But Jimmy, he's kind of a bully. He likes to fight. And Big Papi was like, you're a bully? I can be a bigger bully than you. So they got along just fine. I mean, so to speak. They enjoyed fighting with each other. I don't know. They were friends. They really were friends. Friends who fought. It was weird. But now that Big Papi's gone, Jimmy doesn't have anybody to fight with. He's just a jerk now. Well, he's always been kind of a jerk. And then Big Papi came in and was like, I can be a bigger jerk than you, and I belong here. Because Big Papi did belong here. Exactly. They were big body buddies. Precisely. But yeah, Jimmy, even though Jimmy's a jerk, Jimmy, and even though he's kind of a bully, frenemies, definitely, that would be the way to put it. But even though he's a jerk and he's kind of a bully, he's also a really silly kitty. One day, and I think I've told you guys this story, so this might ring some bells. There was a Christmas a few years ago where it snowed a couple inches, which is kind of unusual. And the time that it was snowing, I noticed that Jimmy was like around my yard a lot. So much so that I would even let him inside to feed him, because it was like, he's clearly not going home. He's hanging out in my yard. And so I found his people's phone number in my phone, and I called them, and I was like, hey, are you still around? Like, has he been abandoned? Is he blah, blah, blah? And they're like, no, he's just afraid of the snow. So as long as there's snow on the ground, he doesn't like it to touch his feet. So he's going to be hanging out at your house until the snow goes away. So even though he's a big old bully, he's actually afraid of the snow. So it's a very delicate creature because he's afraid of the snow. Silly kitten. So I made sure that he was fed, etc., etc. And obviously he survived, because here he is on my back porch again. And so that ends the Crazy Cat Lady update for the day, for the moment. Who knows? There might be another Crazy Cat Lady moment in the next hour and a half. It's been known to happen. But Rick, in regards to my lawn is looking sort of sick, I can appreciate that logic. I can definitely appreciate that logic. But here's the deal. In the Pacific Northwest, we don't water our lawns in the summer, for the most part. We let our lawns just go brown, and then with the fall rain, the grass turns green again. Basically, nobody in my neighborhood likes to mow their lawn. And so if you mow it at the beginning of the summer and then let it dry out, you pretty much don't have to mow it for the entire rest of the summer. And so it's convenient for everybody. You save water, and you don't gotta mow so much. So, win-win-win. And let's see here. Pocola T, if Jimmy is back, does that mean that snow is on the way? I hope not. I mean, not this early. I hope not. And, oh no, Elaine, your YouTube chats aren't showing. You're on Twitch as well. Okay, shoot, I wonder if I did something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna check some things and stuff in a minute. But first, Darlene, now you remember Jimmy with the snow story. See, I had a feeling. I was like, I think we've talked about Jimmy before. And, let's see here. Option coming on in on, it looks like, the Twitch side. And, let's see here. Rick. Okay, yeah, see, Rick, you're kind of lawn care. No mow summer. Exactly, Rick. Come move to my neighborhood, and you don't got to mow for the entire summer, and nobody's going to give you side-eye for it, because nobody's lawn. In fact, actually, if you water your lawn, that's when you might get side-eye. People are just like, there's no need for green lawns. There's no need. Now, if you're watering, like, an actual garden with flowers and food and stuff, then by all means. But like watering the lawn, that's just the stupidest waste of water ever. And even though we are the evergreen state, we're very cognizant over our water usage. We like it to keep things green, unless it's lawns, I guess, now that I think about it. So, all right. It looks like we might have some technical difficulties. So what I'm going to do is, oh good, I did actually load this. What I'm going to do is play for you a video I took. I don't know how many times I've done this. All right, I've got so many things going on in my mind. I'm trying to figure out with the chat what's going on, and then I want to introduce what I'm trying to introduce. So, while I go to figure out what's going on with the chats on the various places, fingers crossed we'll do that, we're going to watch a video I took a long, long time ago. Well, probably like 2 years ago. And it is a video of the local beach access park, the only beach access park we have in my city. Just a quick little drive down off of, because remember you guys, I live on the High Line. I live on the very top of the High Line. The High Line is a very tall hill range, and I'm going to go off of the High Line, down to sea level. So, we're going to watch this, and then I'm going to see what the flying fork is forking around. But before we do that, I'm going to throw some flying forks, because I don't know what the flying fork is forking happening. So, all right. Let's watch some Seahurst Loop, and I'll maybe see if we can get things fixed. Boop.
カップを変え